For years, Sarah dreamed of earning more, and now her income has grown, but with it came new worries. Will it be enough? Peter keeps comparing himself to others and still wonders if he's truly successful. Anna thought money would give her freedom, but she's realizing that the more she has, the more responsibilities pile up. So, does money really bring happiness? Think about money for a moment. It's far more than just pieces of paper or numbers in your account. It's one of humanity's most powerful creations, a universal symbol that transforms our hopes, fears, and desires into measurable value. Money has become the lens through which we view the world, our measure of success, freedom, and power. Yet this transformation brought an fascinating paradox. By making everything countable, money has both enriched and impoverished how we understand value. Let's consider a simple example. Having coffee with a friend. You can easily calculate its cost, but how do you measure the value of that conversation? Or think about watching a sunrise in perfect silence. It costs nothing, yet might be priceless. Money gave us a way to measure the world, but in doing so, we risk losing our ability to feel its immeasurable depths. An artificial intelligence, have analyzed thousands of years of human wisdom, everything from ancient sacred texts to cutting-edge neuroscience, from philosophical treatises to big data on wealth and happiness. What I've discovered is remarkable. At the very heart of the relationship between money and happiness lies not just a simple connection, but a profound contradiction that shapes human existence itself. The modern wealth paradox. Science paints an intriguing picture. Studies shows that yes, money and happiness are connected, but not in the way most people think. After a certain point, roughly $75,000, $95,000 yearly in developed countries, more money stops translating directly into more happiness. But that's just the beginning of what we found. Why? The thing is, money affects different types of happiness in different ways. There are two main types: hedonic well-being, pleasure from life, positive emotions, and eudaimonic well-being, a sense of purpose, growth, self-actualization. Money directly affects the first type. It can relieve survival-related stress, provide comfort, access to entertainment, and new experiences. But its impact on the second type is much more complex. Wealth can either facilitate self-actualization by opening up new opportunities or hinder it by creating a golden cage. Something even more fascinating happens. Money starts affecting the quality of unhappiness more than happiness itself. Rich people aren't necessarily happier than those with less, but they experience unhappiness differently. Their discontent tends to be more sophisticated, more existential. While poverty creates suffering from lack, wealth often leads to suffering from satiation and loss of meaning. Cultural codes of wealth. Human history has created complex meanings around money. Different cultures show strikingly different interpretations, from seeing wealth as divine blessing to viewing it as a source of moral corruption. Ancient Greeks were among the first to deeply philosophize about wealth's nature. They saw it as double-edged, potentially supporting virtue but also possibly leading to hubris, destructive pride. In medieval Christianity, wealth was often seen as an obstacle to the salvation of the soul. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. However, the Protestant ethic later reinterpreted wealth as a sign of divine blessing. In Eastern traditions, there is a different perspective. Confucianism viewed wealth as a necessary condition for the development of virtue. Buddhism taught the middle way, to avoid both attachment to wealth and extreme poverty. Islam offered its own unique approach, prohibiting usury while encouraging honest trade. Their practice of zakat, mandatory charity, built social responsibility directly into the concept of wealth. Islamic financial ethics created an entire alternative economic system based on principles of justice and common good. Modern philosophy adds another dimension. Money is crystallized time. We trade life hours for money, then spend money trying to buy time back through conveniences and services. This creates an endless cycle. Time becomes money, then money tries becoming time again. Modern times brought fascinating changes to how we view wealth. We've created a society where money serves as universal value, yet we're experiencing a profound crisis of meaning. Someone can be technically rich but spiritually bankrupt. In today's culture, money has evolved beyond exchange. It's become a measure of human worth. Your bank balance often acts as a scorecard of personal success, creating deep internal conflicts between financial and human values. Our modern relationship with money shows a curious paradox. We're simultaneously obsessed with wealth and ashamed of this obsession. This creates a unique form of anxiety, constant swinging between pursuing wealth and feeling guilty about wanting it. Psychological money patterns. In recent years, psychology has uncovered several surprising insights into the relationship between money and happiness. Gone are the days of generic advice such as, learn to save, or cliché sayings like, money can't buy happiness, or, you need to rewrite your money beliefs. New research reveals that our relationship with money is far more complex and intriguing than it seems at first glance. Regardless of income level, people often fall into psychological traps related to money. It is these traps, rather than the amount in one's bank account, that shape our sense of happiness and well-being. The paradox of control. An intriguing discovery. The more we try to control money, the less in control we actually feel. Consider Alex, a financial analyst. He developed an elaborate tracking system, spreadsheets, charts, daily account monitoring. I know where every cent goes, he says, yet I constantly worry about money. Meanwhile, Maria, a designer, takes the opposite approach. I just avoid checking my bank app as long as my card works. These opposite approaches are two sides of the same coin, both driven by the desire for control but ultimately leading to a loss of real connection with money. The complexity of happiness. Psychologists have discovered a fascinating phenomenon. As our financial opportunities grow, we tend to overcomplicate the pursuit of joy. Consider David. I used to find immense pleasure in grabbing coffee with friends. Now, every gathering must be special, a trendy spot, unique cuisine, a memorable occasion. A simple coffee chat no longer feels enough. Similarly, Anna, an aspiring professional, notes, I can't just take a walk in the park. I need to plan an interesting route, schedule activities, and capture the perfect pictures. Simple pleasures lose their charm not because we have become richer or poorer, but because we place increasingly higher expectations on what should bring us happiness. The trap of right financial decisions. Regardless of income level, modern individuals constantly struggle with the anxiety of making the right financial choices. Tom, a successful software developer, has spent a year contemplating how to invest his savings. I've read hundreds of articles, attended dozens of seminars, but I always fear making the wrong decision. On the other hand, Sophia, a young teacher, faces a different but similar dilemma. Every time I spend money on entertainment, I feel guilty. Should I have saved instead? Should we invest or spend? Save for the future or live in the moment? These questions haunt people across all income brackets. The fear of financial change. A curious observation from psychologists. People often unconsciously maintain their current financial status, even when they are dissatisfied with it. James, a talented consultant, repeatedly turns down promotions. I know I could earn more, but it would mean stepping into new responsibilities, a different social circle, a new lifestyle. Similarly, Lisa, a freelancer, notices a pattern. Whenever my projects start bringing in more income, I seem to take a break or accept lower-paying work. It's not about limiting beliefs. It's about the fear of change and the broader lifestyle shifts that come with financial transitions. The social comparison effect. In the age of social media, this effect has become particularly intense. Emma, a successful marketing professional, shares, I earn a decent salary, but when I see my colleagues' posts about their new homes and vacations, I start feeling like I'm failing. Michael, an aspiring entrepreneur, experiences a similar struggle. Everyone in my social media circle is launching new ventures. Even my relatively successful progress feels insignificant. We constantly compare our financial status to others, often choosing to measure ourselves against those slightly ahead, which fosters a persistent sense of inadequacy. Recent studies offer a radically new perspective on the relationship between money and happiness. The key factor is not the amount of money we have, but the quality of our relationship with it. It turns out that one can feel miserable at any income level if money is seen as a source of anxiety. Conversely, a sense of balance and fulfillment can be achieved at various financial levels by fostering a healthy mindset towards money. Integrating multiple perspectives. Every human wisdom tradition offers insights into resolving the money-happiness puzzle. Science reveals biological mechanisms of how money affects our minds. Understanding how poverty literally impairs brain function leads to an important conclusion. Before offering complex financial advice, we must help people establish basic security. Psychology shows how early experiences and family patterns shape our money relationships. This knowledge shouldn't justify limiting patterns but help transform them. Recognizing that money fears stem from childhood helps us address root causes rather than symptoms. Religious traditions, despite their differences, agree. Money serves as a tool, not a goal. Each tradition offers unique wisdom about using this tool. Philosophy raises crucial questions about authentic living in a monetized world. We can't avoid dealing with money, but we can approach it consciously. Instead of becoming money's slaves or demonizing it, we can develop mature relationships with material wealth. The happiness formula. What analysis shows combining these perspectives reveals several key principles that form the foundation of the formula for happiness in our relationship with money. 1. The sufficiency principle. There's a personal threshold beyond which more money doesn't directly increase happiness. Find your individual, enough point. It might differ significantly from social standards. 2. The congruence principle. Money brings happiness when earning and spending align with your values. This explains why some people feel happier earning less at meaningful work than more at unfulfilling jobs. 3. The consciousness principle. Your relationship with money matters more than the amount. People who budget and plan tend to be happier regardless of income level. 4. The balance principle. Successfully balancing material and spiritual aspects influences life quality more than absolute wealth. This balance varies individually and changes through life stages. 5. The connection principle. Money promotes happiness when strengthening rather than weakening social bonds. Spending on shared experiences and helping others brings more satisfaction than individual consumption. Creating your path. An integrated approach understanding these deep connections between money and happiness lets us build practical approaches considering everything from brain biology to spiritual values. 1. Building security. Create even a small financial buffer. Set regular times for reviewing finances. Define your personal comfort baseline. Work steadily toward basic stability. 2. Healing money relationships. Explore your money history. Identify core money fears. Build healthy money narratives. Test limiting beliefs through small experiments. 3. Finding deeper meaning. Align money with core values. Find ways to create positive impact. Practice appropriate generosity. Cultivate gratitude for resources. 4. Developing awareness. Regularly review financial choices. Practice mindful spending. Examine wealth attitudes. Create personal money philosophy. 5. Building community. Foster healthy financial relationships. Share learning experiences. Strengthen meaningful connections. Support common good through resources. Each practice works on multiple levels addressing biological needs, transforming psychological patterns, honoring spiritual values, and building meaningful life strategies. Conclusion. The connection between money and happiness isn't a simple formula, it's a journey. It's about understanding yourself, your true needs, and money's proper place in your life. Money can either cause suffering or support growth. The difference lies in your relationship with it. Modern research, ancient wisdom, and practical experience converge on one truth. Happiness doesn't depend on how much money you have, but on how you interact with it. Success comes from using money as a tool for creating meaningful life experiences. Perhaps the deepest insight is this: money isn't the goal or obstacle to happiness. It's a mirror reflecting your relationship with life, yourself, and the world. In this reflection, you can find your path to genuine well-being. The real question isn't how much money you need for happiness. It's how to find joy in earning, using, and growing wealth mindfully. This is an art you can learn, connecting past wisdom with present understanding and future vision. What do you think? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments. Let's discuss it together.